Hello, welcome to today's session once again. We are continuing with the TCS pattern. I'm going to explain the entire online assessment pattern first. This is for the benefit of those who did not attend the session for last 2 days. And then I will move on to one more sample of how to write an effective email. All right, so let's begin. Here is your pattern which you can expect for the online assessment. You will have 4 sections. The first one being email writing skills, then you have quantitative aptitude, TCS program C language. You will have multiple choice questions there. Then you have a coding test, which is going to be descriptive, where you need to write the entire code. Now let's look at the details. The number of questions for email is just 1. You just need to write 1 email. I will show you how the email question will look like. The time allotted is 10 minutes. You need to write the email within 10 minutes. Then you have quantitative aptitude. You will have 20 questions. The duration is 40 minutes, 2 minutes per question. And there are 2 questions which is star marked. I will tell you what do you mean by star marked very soon. Then you have the C program, multiple choice question. You have 10 questions there, 20 minutes, which means 2 minutes each. You do not have any star mark questions there. And coding test, you need to write a code based on the questions given. And the time allotted is 20 minutes. Now, there is an important aspect which you need to remember, which is in terms of negative marking. So how much marks will you lose in case if you give a wrong answer? And that is 0.33% of the total mark allotted to that particular question. So there's a negative marking of 0.33% for every wrong response. And negative marking is applicable only for quantitative aptitude. There are 2 questions in quantitative aptitude which I showed you. These 2 star marked questions will carry double the mark. So basically if the remaining 18 questions have 1 mark each, this one will carry 2 marks, whatever is star marked. Now the point that you need to remember is, if you can score double if it's a correct answer, you will also lose double in case if the answer is incorrect. Which means instead of minus 0.33%, you will lose minus 0.66%. So please keep that in mind when you attempt these 2 questions. Now the topics that you can expect for quantitative aptitude, there's a varied topics there. These varied topics are probability, permutation and combination, time and distance, time and work, equations, ratios and proportions, allocations and mixtures, series and progression, average, percentage, profit and loss, problems on ages, area, shapes and perimeter, number system, HCF and LCM, and reasoning. So the entire 20 question for quantitative aptitude will be from these topics. Okay. Now for email writing, there are certain things which you need to remember you have to do, and there are certain things which you should not be doing. So let me take you through these. I've spoken about these earlier. I'm just re-emphasizing on this so that you do not make a mistake, because 80 to 90% of the students have done well in quantitative aptitude last time, but they failed in email. All right. So here is the one. Read the topic carefully. Read and understand the keywords or key phrases mentioned. Use each and every keyword, phrases mentioned. If you miss even one keyword, you will be disqualified. Even if you miss one of the keyword, the email will be invalid. Ensure the keywords are used in the same form as mentioned in the topic. For example, if there is a keyword which is buy, you cannot use bought, a past tense. Keywords should be mentioned in the same sequence as mentioned in the topic. Start a new paragraph for change of thought group, and new paragraph should start as a fresh line. Now, another set of do's which you need to remember without making any miss. The entire email should be left indent. I will show you again what do we mean by left indent. Do not leave a gap on the left when you start a new paragraph. Use the receiver's name and sender's name as mentioned in the topic. Always begin your email with greeting. Always, which is hello, do not use hi. Always end your email with salutation and summary, thanks and regards. Mention the sender's name if it's mentioned, or you can mention your name. Ensure the entire email is written within 10 minutes. Please remember, you need to click on the submit button within 10 minutes. If you exceed 10 minutes, the email will not be submitted and you will get disqualified. Which means click on the submit button before the 10-minute time is up. Clicking on the submit button even at the 10-minute mark or later will not allow the email to be submitted. The word count of the email should be as per the instruction given in the question. Alright, so I've spoken about these aspects earlier. Now, things that you need to remember in terms of what you should not be doing. This is a violation of the entire email process. So please go through this. Do not miss even a single keyword or phrase mentioned in the topic. Do not change the tense or verb form of the given topic or the keyword. Do not address the receiver as hi. Do not make any spelling mistakes, grammatical mistakes or punctuation mistakes. Do not exceed 10-minute time limit. Do not write the email below the number of words given in the instruction. So if you exceed the time or if you use less number of words, the keywords, you will find. In the last session, I had given an assignment. I don't know how many of you have submitted in the comment section of the YouTube video, but here it is once again. I want you to write this email. This is still a part of your assignment. Okay, so I'm going to zoom this a little bit so that it's clearly visible to all of you. Please make a note of this. You need to write an email. I'm going to pause here so that you can make a note of this question. This question is going to be marked on red so that you can identify. Write an email to Bhavya Reddy giving her the details of procedure of deleting temp files from a desktop. Follow the instruction below. Follow the rules. Now these are the instructions mentioned below which you need to follow. The rules. Use all the keywords given below. Minimum words should be 50, otherwise your email cannot be validated, you will get disqualified. Addressing and signing should be done as in the question. Now addressing is Bhavya Reddy, this is the receiver. It doesn't say from whom the mail is going, so you can write your name. Common grammatical rules, punctuation should be according to standard English. I did mention a bit of that. You can use your own phrase along with the phrases given. Now there are 10 keywords which you need to use in the email. Please make a note of this. Now what I'm going to do is read up all these keywords, then I'll help you write the email. D drive, delete, clean up, temp files, restart system, speed, cookies, browser, procedure. Okay, so I'm going to make this easy. Okay, so now I have all these keywords in this format. It's easier to refer for me when I'm writing this email. I just want to have the repository of all the keywords. Okay, now I'm going to write the email. Now if you see, I made a mistake here. Let me zoom this a little bit more. Now what is the mistake here? The name should always start with capital letter. Okay, this should be fine. The name should always start with capital letter, so I need to remove the lowercase b and replace that with uppercase B. After that, usually people use a comma after the name. This is not needed. If you have it, it's fine. If you don't have it, it's absolutely fine. Earlier days, older days, we used to use a comma here. It's redundant, it's of no use. So I say hello Bhavya. Now I can start writing the email. Okay. I am writing this email now. Lot of us write the email like this. You see this gap here. Lot of people leave this gap. Now if you remember, I clearly mentioned the entire email should be left indent. Means nothing can start on the right or in the middle. So it should start in the left, which means I need to get rid of this blank space. You see this blank space? I need to get rid of this. I can't use this blank space. Alright. So I'm writing this email to help you to improve the system speed. This is the introduction for the email. Every email should have an introduction, the main content and the summary. Now how do I differentiate between these three? I need to change paragraph. Okay. So here we go. Now these are the keywords I'm going to use: D drive, delete, cleanup, temp files, restart, system speed, cookies, browser, procedure. So I wrote hello Bhavya, that's the name of the receiver, and then I say I'm writing this email to help you to improve the system speed. I will zoom it again. This is just for quick reference. Next paragraph. Please follow the steps mentioned below. Speed up your system performance. Okay. Now this is the list of procedure or the steps I'm going to give, so I can make it like a systematic point. Click on D drive, then select the unwanted files and temp files. Once you have I'm just making a quick change here. Click on D drive to clean up the unwanted files. Select the unwanted, select the once you have selected the files, click on delete. Now let's look at what am I missing here. Okay, once you have selected the files, click on delete, then restart the system. to increase the performance speed. The speed is usually low due to cookies, which gets saved in browser history. Hope this procedure was helpful. Thanks and regards, Ron. Now, if you look at the entire email, this is left indent. Let me lower it a little more. So this is all left indent. Okay. Now, did I use all the keywords? Yes, I did. But did I use it in the same sequence? No, I did not. Plus, I made few mistakes as well. So I need to make sure there are no such mistakes. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a simple email without any topic to help you understand things that you need to keep in mind. Okay. Now, when you have an email, let me use a different format. This is going to be better in terms of visibility. First and foremost, I need to have greeting. So I'll say hello. Whatever the person's name is. Hello, John. I hope this is visible, all right? Now, once I'm done greeting the person, I need to go to the next line. A lot of people leave this gap. This is wrong. Hope you're doing well. This gap is not needed. Please don't leave this gap. Okay? This gap is absolutely unnecessary and it's wrong. The entire email should be left indent. Hope you are doing well. I wanted to write, basically I'm writing an email to somebody by name John about the TCS drive. Please pay attention to what I am writing. I am making few mistakes on purpose. This is just to identify where the mistakes are. All right. Okay. Now this is an email which I have written with few mistakes. Now let's look at what the mistakes are. First and foremost, the entire email is left indent, but the closing is on right. This is wrong. Okay, it cannot be right, it has to be all left indent. If you read further, TCS drive which is scheduled in first week of September. Now September is a name of a month. The S has to be capital. This is wrong. You will be happy to know that APSSDC. Now APSSDC is an acronym. What do we mean by acronym? A short form. Any kind of short form should be mentioned in capital letters. Okay. Has organized a training program. This training will be very helpful. Now VARY is pronounced as vary. For example, the results vary from the efforts, means they are different. But here I want to say very, which is VERY. Now what is happening is the system is not identifying this as a spelling mistake because vary is also a word. You need to be very careful about simple spellings. If you make mistakes in terms of spellings, you will get disqualified. Okay. So let's read this. The training will be very helpful for you. Please attend the program. Now look at this. The sentence ends with a full stop, but the next word starts with a lowercase. This is wrong. It has to start with the uppercase. Please attend the program through YouTube. Now YouTube is again a name. Y has to be capital here. Through YouTube or MANATV. Now MANATV, M should be capital, T and V should be capital because it's an acronym, it's a short form. TV stands for television. To learn about the test pattern, I hope you will join the training. Again, I is a new sentence. This whole thing is a new sentence and I'm starting with a lowercase. This is wrong again and this is also wrong. I cannot have anything as a right indent. So let's make corrections. And this regards should start with uppercase. The name should start with uppercase. S, let me make the correction, it's September. APSSDC, I need to make the correction. Has organized. Now if you see, if I zoom in, organized shows red underline because MS Office follows American English and American English says organized should be ZED, but SED is also acceptable. The training will be very helpful. VERY. Please attend, P capital. Please attend the program through YouTube, Y capital, or MANATV, M capital. T and V should be capital to learn about the test pattern. Next, I hope you will join the, now look at the spelling of training, it's TRAINING. Now this is perfect. Now let me remove this line, it's not getting accommodated in one screen. So now this is fine. Now if I have to write an email, I need to follow this same pattern. Clear? Now quick information that is essential for you. In terms of spellings, you need to be very sure that you're not making spelling mistakes. There are certain words where you get confused. For example, then versus than. Okay, then we have advise, SE and CE. I'm going to list down few more so that you understand where you have the potential mistakes coming in. Confirm and confirm, both are pronounced the same way, but it's spelt differently because they have different meanings. Okay, so please be very careful there. Certain words where people make mistakes because they are confused. Niece versus niece. Now I will tell you which one is correct, which one is incorrect. If both are correct or both are incorrect, you will get to know that soon. One word where people make a lot of mistakes in terms of spelling is vacuum. What is the spelling of vacuum? It's V-A-C-U-M-M. No, it's V-A-C-U-U-M. That is how vacuum is spelled. It's not V-A-C-C-U-M. A lot of people make the mistake. They say V-A-C-C-U-M. This is wrong. It's V-A-C-U-U-M. Okay. Now let's go to these words. When I say then means about time. Or condition. For example, now I want to talk more about conditions first. Okay. Let me reduce this so that it's easy for you to understand. Now then means condition. Once I reach the college and meet my friend, only then I will attend the training. So I'm putting a condition there. What do we mean by than? Than is comparison. For example, John is taller than Mary. Now here I'm comparing. Samsung is a better phone than iPhone. So when I say than, I'm comparing it. It's more of a comparative display or expression. Then is more in terms of condition. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now what do we mean by advice CE and advice SE? Both are correct. Advice is nothing but a noun. For example, please give me an advice. Now when we have ADVISE, this advice is a verb. For example, please advise me. So the suggestion, the synonym is advice. So when I'm asking for it, it's like a noun, it's like an object. Please give me an advice. I want to give you an advice. So it's CE, and when it's a verb, when you can use the same word in the verb form, instead of C you need to use S, and it's pronounced as advise. So please advise me, I want to advise you. So please do not make a mistake there. Okay, you should be clear about the spellings. Now let's look at confirm versus conform. Both are pronounced the same way. Confirm is a verb form of confirmation. I want to send you a confirmation, or I want to confirm. Both mean the same. It's a verb form of confirmation. Now conform, CFORM, complying to a rule, means following a rule. So let me show you an example here for confirm. Please confirm if you are interested in TCS drive. Now confirm, FORN, means complying. If you are interested, please conform to the rules. Okay. Now NICE, NIECE and NEICE. This is an incorrect spelling. This word does not exist. People make a mistake there. Niece means daughter of your brother or your sister. Okay. Another word where people make a mistake is it WEIRD or WIERD? It's sorry, I spelled the same way here. Okay, WEIRD, weird, or W. Okay, I wrote the same way again. My bad. Is it WIERD or WEIRD? Which one is the correct spelling? If you are watching this program, please identify which one is the correct word. WEIRD or WIERD? The correct answer is WEIRD. This is correct. So if you are spelling that in the other way around, that is incorrect. Okay. Likewise, a lot of words where people make tons of mistakes in terms of spelling. For example, tomorrow. It's TOMORROW. Lot of people make a mistake there. It's TOMMROW. This is wrong. Occasion. OCASSION. No, it's OCCASION. This is the correct spelling. Likewise, you will get lot of words which you will end up using in your entire email writing. If you make these spelling mistakes, you will be in deep trouble. In tomorrow's session, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you a list of words where you need to identify what is the correct spelling. Because if you go wrong with spelling, if there are more than 2 or 3 errors in terms of spelling or punctuation or grammar, you will get disqualified. Every email will have minimum number of words. You may have exceeded the minimum number, which is good. You may have written the email within 10 minutes, which is good. You submitted the email. But in case if it has a lot of spelling errors, grammatical errors, punctuation errors, again, you will get disqualified. So you got to be very, very clear. You cannot make these mistakes. Tomorrow's session will be dedicated only for correcting spellings, making sure the sentence formation is correct, there are no grammatical errors, and the punctuation, which is very, very important. So these three aspects we will cover tomorrow, and we'll also look at one sample email which came in the earlier papers. Okay, whatever question you have, please post on the comment section of the YouTube video. It's very important that I know what you have written, what you're understanding. Based on that, I can provide you with the feedback. And as far as the other trainings are concerned, the technical training for TCS, aptitude training for TCS, tomorrow I will inform you the details as well as the placement drive, the date, time, venue, all these aspects shall be notified to you tomorrow. Okay, you have a great day ahead. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.